Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm welcome to meeting number 41 of Mumbai Speakers Toastmaster Club. I'm Walter Castro, and it's my pleasure to be the first speaker, the Zoom Master and Sa for this blissful meeting. Let's work together to bring best out of us. On that quote, let's begin with the Zoom guidelines. Those who are having access to the share button, please do not click on the share screen in error. Please mute yourself. Please keep your camera switched on so that our speaker can enjoy the virtual stage experience. However, if you are moving around or if there is a background movement, please switch off your camera to avoid any distraction to the speakers. As far as possible, speakers and evaluators, please keep the camera at your eye level. Please contact me separately for any connection issue or technical issues. When you are speaking, try to switch off notification sound to avoid any interruption in your speech. Rename yourself. Please rename yourself with meeting role _ name if you have taken any role, or member _ name or guest _ name. Please do not post anything on the chat box for all participants in middle of the speech unless speaker has asked for the audience response. Please use reaction buttons generously to convey your appreciation and applause. Private chats are accessible to the owner of the account, so it's not really private. It is advisable to keep the comments restricted to the meeting underway so that it should be appropriate even if the messages are being accessed by someone else. Meeting ground rules. Members are requested to refrain from the speaking about 3 taboo topics, that is sex, religion, and politics. Please check your audio and video connection before you start your speech. You can say check audio, check video, or you can say ask, am I audible and visible? Please say thank you when taking over control and say over to you while handing over control to another speaker. Please keep the timer screen in your view whenever you are speaking. The timer will show you green, yellow, and red cards. This meeting is being recorded, and we may also click few pictures while meeting is in progress. If you really don't want your video to be recorded, please inform me before you start your speech. Mission statement of Toastmaster Club is that we provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With that, I have come to end of the Zoom Master and SA guideline. So without any further ado, let me hand over the control to presiding officer of today's meeting. He is no other than the competent and dynamic leader and president of our own club, the Toastmaster Glenn. So with big round of applause, please help me to welcome the presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Glenn. Over to you, Toastmaster Glenn.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Walter, for that warm welcome. Am I audible and visible?
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, today is a fantastic day for Mumbai speakers. As we head into our first ever election to finalize our 3rd ExCom committee, I would like to use this opportunity to share some advice with our ExCom nominees. Firstly, I'd like to say, use this platform to experiment with your leadership skills. Do things that you would not normally do in a corporate environment, so that when and if the time arises, you can leverage this experience to the fullest. Secondly, I'd say, as leaders in the modern era, it's easy to get lost with numbers, matrices, awards, and accolades. While they're good to measure a performance, remember that we are not leaders of these arbitrary artifacts. We're leaders of people. History shows that a 2-time World Cup winning captain and even an aggressive leader with fabulous numbers were both dumped unceremoniously. So rather, focus on building a safe environment where our members can develop their leadership and communication skills. Lastly, I'd say encourage and manage conflict efficiently. Remember, in the words of Simon Sinek, leadership is not about being in charge of people, but rather being responsible for people in your charge. I'd now go around the room and have a brief introduction of the guest. If they can tell me what brings them to today's meeting, that would be great. So on screen, I see one guest, but I guess she just dropped off. So that's all right.
We have a guest, Mugdha.
Oh, we have. Okay, all right, cool. So Mugdha, if you would like to go about and share how did you connect with us and what brings you to today's meeting, that would be great.
Hello. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So my sister introduced me to this club. Actually, I'm like I feel like I'm very underconfident at times. So this will help me with public speaking and gaining confidence. So yeah.
Thank you, Mugdha. Thank you for joining today's meeting. I hope you enjoy it. And definitely our VP Public Relations will reach out to you and guide you further. We'll also connect with you a little later in the day. I don't see any other guests on the meeting, so I will move on and introduce the TMOD for the day. All right, so the team for today, she has been very impressive ever since she has joined today's club, taking on multiple roles for us. She also plays hockey, and that's in her blood, in her passion. Apart from that, she also teaches kids how to play. That's commendable too. When I asked her to give me a brief introduction about herself, she says that she loves hearing the word "that's impossible" because that drives her to prove people wrong. So, fellow Toastmasters, let's put our hands together for Toastmaster Meher. Toastmaster Meher, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today morning at breakfast, I was going through the list of things I have to complete this week. And then to check whether it was 11 or not, I can't be late to a Toastmasters meeting. I unlocked my phone and saw the date. My sister, who was sitting next to me, she said, "Didi, why are you smiling so hard? It's starting to look creepy." I looked at her and said, "Did you see the date? We are in the last month already. Thank God it's December. No college next week." First reason to love December. You know, the signs were right there. Cold weather in Mumbai. The smell of yeast coming from the neighbor's house. Lights all over IC Colony, the major region where Christmas is celebrated. Couples walking everywhere. That guy downstairs singing "Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock" in the most deafening way possible, but yet he spreads that Christmas feeling. People packing up their stuff in suitcases and going to the airport, train station. I think my glasses, they're anti-December. We'll have to check the number again. When I realized that it's December, the first thing that comes to my mind is who from my family has a birthday this month. Because be frank, none of us remember our family member's birthday. Second thing, what can I ask Santa in my letters this time? And third, I sat down to count how many number of people who will receive sweets from. I'm a foodie. I was relaying all these thoughts to my sister, and she asked me to repeat the second one. I repeated it to her, what will I receive from Santa this time? She said, Didi, why don't we do something different? Why don't we give instead of receive? I mean, we have everything that we need, and it doesn't really make sense that we get more and they get nothing. That got me hooked onto the second reason why December is so special. It's the month of festivity, and our Indian culture is such that we try and give, we try and share what we have with others during that time. It's beautiful. Putting a smile on someone's face who thought he doesn't deserve to be happy. Making them believe. And I'll be able to leave a little spark in their lives. There's a little sparkle. By the way, Didi, there is no such thing as Santa. Saying that, my sister left the room, leaving this expression on my face. Okay, so on that twisty note, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. For the benefit of the guests and to remind me of my duties, I would like to explain the structure of the meeting. The meeting is divided into 3 segments. The first will be the prepared speech round, where the members will be delivering their prepared speeches, followed by the election, which will be led by Toastmaster Babu. And the third one will be the table topics round, which is the most exciting round that engages even the guests in impromptu speaking. And finally, the general evaluation, where the entire meeting will be evaluated. Without further ado, let's welcome today's tag team. Without them, our entire meeting is incomplete. The first one is the timer, which will be led by Toastmaster Deep. And I would like to share my screen so I can ask the question. Wait 1 minute, just a minute. You can see the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Wait. Sorry, wait. I'll have to share it again. Yeah, okay. So, Toastmaster Deep, I'll be spinning the wheel and you have to answer the question that comes along with it, since I did not prepare an introduction for anybody today.
Okay.
What are some December traditions that happen in your family?
Never have I been stumped with a question like this in my introduction. So thank you so much. In my family is a family that usually does not follow a lot of traditions because we just look for a reason to celebrate. Whether it's a birthday, it's an anniversary, it's a festival, we don't really happen much. But what we do is, especially during the new year, before the new year, we make sure that we have a vacation, at least for 2 days, especially in the Christmas time, because all of the people that get holidays because of Christmas, it is a little dicey today because unfortunately 26th is coming on a Sunday. So that's the sad part. But we usually go for a vacation. It's a cold and a very nice weather, especially in the interior parts of Maharashtra. So that is a tradition that we follow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is fun. The interior parts of Maharashtra. I just gone to where I'd gone. I think Lonavala only. Mathiran, Lonavala. These are very
Mahabaleshwar, Mathiran, Lonavala.
Yeah. So moving on to your role as the timer today, would you like to share all the rules that our Toastmasters have to follow today?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Madam Toastmaster Mehak. fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As a timer today, it is my responsibility to help the speakers express their thoughts in a designated time. Let us say for the prepared speeches, I will show 3 cards in my virtual background to help speakers understand the timing of their speech. For a prepared speech, you have 5 to 7 minutes. When a speaker reaches 5 minutes, I will display the green card in my virtual background. When the speaker reaches 6 minutes, I will display the yellow card in my virtual background. And when the speaker reaches 7 minutes, I will display the red card. Once the red card is displayed, speaker has a maximum of 30 seconds to conclude their speech. Otherwise, they will not qualify for the best speaker as per the polls today. Thank you so much. I will present my timing report at the end of each section and once again at the end of the meeting in the general evaluation section when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day and the general evaluator. Thank you so much, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deep. Our next tag role member is the R counter, which is being led by Toastmaster Lancelot. Toastmaster Lancelot, again, I'm going to share the screen. Yeah, this question. Shall I spin?
Yes, can.
What would be your name if you were one of Santa's elves? This is a Christmassy question.
Okay. So, thank you, Mehak, Toastmaster Mehak. Being Santa's elves, of course, I don't know what the original names were of the elves. Some of them I must have read a long ago. But if I could give a name to one of Santa's elf, and that would be me, it would be Matthew.
Matthew, yeah, okay. Wow.
So, Matthew, as a legend, it says that if you see the Bible, he had left everything all at once, and when Jesus asked him to come his way. So that was one of the character which actually hit me, and I've also seen the movie The Chosen. So Matthew's character has hit me a lot, and it is played very well by Matthew, by the person acting Matthew's role. So yeah, so Matthew would be the name if I would be Santa's elf.
Nice, Matthew. With a touch to the story also, that you connected it to the movie also. Wow. So moving on to your role as the R counter, would you like to take over?
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. My role as R counter is to record unnecessary sounds used by speakers and role bearers. They include the crutch words like filler words like but, like, so or okay, filler words like so, and extremely long pauses. The crutch words and filler words obstruct the smooth flow of the speech and can be annoying to the listeners, at the same time decreasing the value of the speech. Therefore, the R counter notes these words and phrases in order to help the speaker become aware of them and minimize the use of words and phrases in future. I will present the R counter report when called for by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Mehak, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lancelot. For the next role of the next role for the tag role is the Grammarian, which will be led by Vishal Mehta. Again, Vishal sir will spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the same question. What would be your name if you were one of Santa's elves?
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Mehak. So luckily, this question got asked before, so I got some time to think. So maybe I'm fortunate to get this question. So I believe I would go with the name Adam if I was one of Santa's little elves.
Oh, okay, Adam. Yeah, nice name.
Yep.
Okay, so would you like to go on with the grammarian role?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, my name is Vishal Mehta. And as a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the phrase of the day. So if I could have sharing rights, I will quickly share the screen wherein I have made a quick little presentation for the phrase of the day.
Right.
Yep. So let me know when you guys can see my screen.
We can.
Okay, awesome. So for today's meeting, the phrase is attitude of gratitude. It means feeling of being grateful or of wanting to give your thanks to somebody. An example of using this phrase is, I have the attitude of gratitude towards my parents for their love and support in difficult times. Another example is, people who have an attitude of gratitude have better mental health than those who don't. Each speaker is encouraged to use the phrase of the day in their speeches. I will present my grammarian report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the phrase of the day. I will copy paste the same in the group chat as well. Best of luck to all the speakers, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Mehak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal Mehta. So now we have moved on from the tag role. We have introduced them all. Now let us gear up because it's time for the first activity of today, the prepared speeches. First up, we have Toastmaster Ajay, who will be attempting his L1P3 in presentation mastery. Before handing the stage to the speaker, I would like to call the evaluator for Toastmaster Ajay's speech to explain the rules for this speech. Toastmaster Anurag, could you please explain the rules?
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Mehak. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research method and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag. Toastmaster Ajay. Yes, can I spin the wheel to ask you the question too?
Yeah, please.
Yes. Okay.
Three things without which December would feel incomplete. Three things. So according to me, three things: the code, Christmas, and 31st.
Yes.
Simplest.
Simplest, correct.
Thank you so much.
Yes, can move on. Over to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to say the title of the speech. Title of the speech is AI or ML. Toastmaster Ajay. Ajay, AI or ML. Over to you.
So I'm visible and audible, right? Perfectly. Voice is clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. So before I proceed, may I request to ask one question? Please.
Yes, you may.
Yes.
Yeah. The question is, can we all using artificial intelligence technology every day?
Yeah.
Please reply your answer yes or no on the chat box. I'm giving you 30 seconds for that. I'm repeating the questions again. Can we all using artificial intelligence every day in our life? Please reply your answer in chat box, yes or no. I'm giving 30 seconds. Oh, so many responses. Almost everyone said yes. Thank you so much for all your responses. Thank you so much. Very good morning to Toastmaster and my dear guest. Artificial intelligence may work on three things: by looking, by hearing, by touching. Artificial intelligence, also known as machine learning, it is a branch of computer science and being developed to when we develop any such kind of machine, it can perform like it is just like perform a machine. It is called artificial intelligence. I'm really sorry. Can I repeat? Can I again start my speech, please?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence may work on three things: by looking, by hearing, by touching. Artificial intelligence, also known as machine learning, it is a branch of computer science. It is being developed. It is being developed to. I'm really sorry. I'm getting forget a lot of things. It is being developed to manage the technology by making decisions, by carry out decisions, tasks on behalf of human being. When we develop any such kind of machine that can perform just like a human can do, is known as artificial intelligence. The world scientists are working and developing these kind of machine just like human intelligence work. AI is an integration of hardware and software. Hardware means the structure of the machine. The software means the set of command programming which are being developed on the Python language. Just to give you a glimpse of AI, few movies are produced in Bollywood and Hollywood. In Bollywood, you might have watched Robot, in which super South star Rajnikant played a lead role, and his name in the movie is Chitty. And in Hollywood, English movie, I recollect, two movies are produced: Terminator and The Matrix. They are also made on the sequels. These are some of the movies made on artificial intelligence or machine learning, just for our deep understanding. In 1955, Mr. John McCarthy was the first person. He gave artificial intelligence name to the world. In 1956, he had delivered a speech on AI, first time. He was an American computer scientist. He was also known as father of artificial intelligence. Let me give you some of the examples of artificial intelligence. In Apple and Android devices, there is a Siri and Alexa is a virtual personal assistants work on AI-enabled technologies. It can decode your command and produce the results instantly. Number one. Number two, like human, machine does not require any rest or refreshment time. It can perform constantly without any interference and rest. Number three, Google used huge variety of AI-enabled technologies in most of their applications. And Google Map is a best example. Via GPS, global positioning system, it can trace your location and give you a perfect direction for any destination. AI are highly used in defense sectors, telecommunication sectors, disaster management they used. Some of the healthcare sectors, they also use AI. Weather forecasting, agriculture, production enhancement. These are some of the sectors AI highly used. These are some of the examples. Let me give you advantage and disadvantage. Number one, artificial intelligence techniques may reduces the human error. Number two, artificial intelligence are used highly in the defense sectors or in the healthcare sectors for the human development. Number three, artificial intelligence also used in the telecommunication sectors or in the IT industry. If you check on any customer care department, if you ask in the WhatsApp, if you say, "Hi Alexa, I want to service something," he immediately reply. It means it work on the AI-enabled technology in the background. Artificial intelligence has some disadvantage also. It is very unclear, but scientists are forecasting if AI-enabled technologies or machines can malfunction or it cannot be controlled, it is very dangerous for the human life. Number two, AI machines interfering on the work environment. It may lead to unemployment in many sectors. These are some of the advantages and disadvantages. My conclusion is that artificial intelligence machines are very good and it is very useful for the human development. If it is used for the healthcare department or in the agricultural production enhancement, if it is used, it is very nice. And at the other hand, if it is used for in the defense sector, or if any war is broke out, or in place of human army, if robots are used, it is a very dangerous for the human life. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Mahak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajat. That was a very enlightening speech about AI and ML. Our technology is improving day by day, and as engineers, we have to start building ourselves with the technology. So yes, AI will take over the world someday. Yeah.
In fact, there are few slides or few points. It is missed in the speeches. But yeah, I'll prepare better in the next time.
No problem. It was a great speech.
Thank you.
Yeah. Moving on, our second speaker is Toastmaster Rekha, who will be attempting her L3P1 in presentation mastery. Before handing the stage to the speaker, I would like to call on the evaluator for her speech. Toastmaster Sudha, I think, is the evaluator. Can you please explain the rules for the speech?
Good morning, everybody, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and in particular, my speaker, Toastmaster Rekha. Today, our speaker will be delivering her L1P2 speech. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as an evaluator during a club meeting later on. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech which she has already received a feedback from an evaluator earlier to this. And it's a very interesting title. I'm looking forward to hearing more from her. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha. Toastmaster Rekha, can I share my screen to ask you the pinned question?
Sure.
Yeah. There is something wrong with this website. This question is coming 3 times.
Okay. I'm not into Santa Christmas celebrations, and I don't really know about the little elves, but if I want to name myself, I would say Rachel. I don't know if it's the name of the elf, but yes, I would like to name myself Rachel.
Oh, that is a sweet name. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So Toastmaster Rekha, she's come. Her speech title is "The Proposal." Toastmaster Rekha, "The Proposal." Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mehak. Can everyone confirm if I am audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much. Human beings have been trying since times immemorial to lure their partners into accepting their proposal. Adventurous people like our Toastmaster Deep might propose in a hot air balloon. Toastmaster Anurag might do it on a pristine beach at Maldives. Our Toastmaster Sudha, in a completely Bahubali style, might do it under a waterfall. And our very own Toastmaster, Toastmaster Babu, might do it right next to the crater on the moon. But I'm 100% sure where Toastmaster Raghav will propose. At a taxi stand. Now you might ask me why. Because depending on our answer, they will decide either to go to a nice restaurant for dinner or part their ways. All these proposals sound interesting, don't they? Good morning, Toastmaster. Good morning, Mr. President, my fellow Toastmasters, and a very warm welcome to all our guests. Today, I'm going to ask you what you think about my proposal. Do you think I will get a yes as an answer from him, or will I be outrageously rejected? So here's how my proposal went back. I have known him a little more than a year now. Always met him in the company of our common friends. We exchanged numbers only a few months back, but we hardly ever had a conversation on phone or chat. In fact, we never called each other to meet. They were always chance meetings in the presence of our common friend. Sounds like a century-old love story, doesn't it? But every time I met him, I had a spring in my step, sparkle in my eyes, and that blushing smile. I'm sure you can see it even now, can't you? Well, I never stop smiling when I think about him. And guess what? I think about him all the time. I could leave everything that I was doing just to have a glimpse of him and to look into his amazingly beautiful eyes. Those enchanting eyes. Our verbal conversations were limited, and it is only our eyes that spoke to one another. Millions and zillions of conversations in the sanctity of our souls. I knew I had fallen in love with him, and he knew it too. But I was scared to lose him, but more importantly, to lose this amazing, beautiful, blissful feeling. But we knew that we are not meant for each other because our dreams, our ambitions were poles apart. So that night I told him that we should never meet again. We looked into each other's eyes one last time. Unsaid words, unexpressed feelings, unconditional love. It dawned on me the very next moment we parted. Of course, the first realization that I was completely stupid, but more importantly, that it would be perfect to share a life together. I didn't have the courage to call him and express my feelings. So even before I could reach home, I sent him a text message. I opened my heart, which was already brimming with infinite love for him, and said, "Today, I accept that my life would be perfect with you. I have never seen anything beyond your eyes. I have never heard anything other than what your eyes wanted to tell me. I could not resist falling for you, even when I knew the implications. I have never hurt anyone intentionally, and never you even unintentionally. That's why I asked you to stay away from me. I know I will propose to you the next time I see you, so it is up to you to decide, to choose whether you want to meet me again. I love you. I love you so much that nothing can matter to me, not even you. Can you understand that? Only my love, not your response, not even your indifference. I have hardly taken anything from the world. In fact, I have not taken anything at all. I don't want anything. But everything ceases to exist near me in your presence. One reaches a stage when it's not the object that matters, it's the desire. And nothing more is worth fulfilling and honoring than the desire to have you. I have never known how to say mine to anything. Today, I can truly sense what it feels to say, "You are mine." You don't have to respond. It's what I feel for you, and I want you to know. Well, I haven't heard from him yet. So my dear Toastmasters, what do you think? Should I still pursue him? To be honest, I don't intend to, because all I wanted to do was to let him know what he means to me in my life. But it's still a beautiful feeling to close my eyes and look into those mesmerizing, soothing eyes and continue to have those millions and zillions of conversations. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha. That was a brilliant speech. I was hooked on the way you were describing it, the way you literally portrayed it. That was awesome. Awesome
Thank
speech.
you.
Moving on to the next session today. The election belongs to the people. It's their decision. This was said by Abraham Lincoln. So let us welcome Toastmaster Babu, who will be going forward with the elections session for today. Is it spotlighted? Yeah. Toastmaster Babu, can I ask you the spin wheel question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait, I do not spin the wheel.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Goodness. 3 things without which December would feel incomplete. Wow. Well, at least 2 things come to mind readily. One is, my December would be incomplete if I did not conduct the elections for Mumbai speakers. That could be one of the things. The second, of course, would be to end December on a high note in terms of all the things that I started off with at the beginning of the year. So I would try and ensure that my bucket list is as complete as possible. And of course, Omicron permitting, to be able to have a big bash on the 31st of December and usher in a wonderful new year. So I think to some extent, those would be the three things.
Yes, those are absolutely true. For I think the Omicron one is for everybody. Like cross your
Yes,
fingers.
yes.
Yes. So over to you for the election session today.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Greetings to our division director, Monish Dukhande, who's here today.
Hey, hi, Baba.
Our fellow Toastmasters, all the distinguished guests, and of course, the outgoing ExCom members and the prospective incoming ExCom members. A warm good morning to all of you. Now, we are not new to this concept of elections. I would say that elections have been almost a part of our psyche from the time we were born. Anyway, that sounds a little too exaggerative. But yes, from the time perhaps we got to say or call out mama, or perhaps from the time we started to put the alphabets together and pronounce the word elections. In fact, come to think of it, I'm sure a certain Deep Shah would have participated in the school elections as a prefect, or Radha would have been in the elections of the college union, or perhaps Joy, who would have cast his vote at the shareholders election of the company where he holds several tons of shares, or a Sudha warrior would have cast her vote to elect her favorite MLA or an MP. So what I'm trying to get at is that we have been dogged by this word elections right through our lives. And if that is the case, I'm sure you will say that this is also one very important day when we are going to elect the executive committee of our own club, Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Actually, it's almost 1 year since our club got chartered, when we elected our first club executive committee in January of 2021, who went on to oversee the operations of the club for that period, January to June 2021. And come June 2021, we had our elections to a second ExCom, where we elected the incumbent team for the term July to December 2021. And now it is time to elect a new ExCom for the next term, which is January to June 2022. But before I begin the proceedings, it is my bounden duty to place on record the services and the contribution of the current executive committee, headed by our President, Toastmaster Glenn Smith, our Vice President Education, Madam Toastmaster Sudha Warrior, Vice President Membership Toastmaster Deep Shah, who again doubled up as the Vice President Public Relations, Secretary Siddharth Urf Richa, because we have two names, I think, as the Secretary, Treasurer Toastmaster Joy De Silva, and Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Walter Crasto. So let us all give them a huge round of applause and acknowledge their contribution and services to the operations and growth of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much to the outgoing executive committee for your wonderful contribution. So now let us begin with the elections for the office bearers of the new executive committee for 2022. But before I begin, may I request the President, Toastmaster Glenn Smith, who is now today officiating as the Secretary, to tell us if we have the necessary quorum, which is 51%, for me to proceed with the elections.
Yes, Babu, I counted 16 active members, so that's 50% and more.
Okay, fair enough. So since we have the necessary quorum, let us now proceed with the elections. So on the basis of the nominations received by the leadership committee, which comprised yours truly and Toastmaster Pankaj Pradhan, I shall now proceed with the elections of the officers for the term January the 1st, 2022 to June the 30th, 2022. So pursuant to this nomination exercise, we have received the following nominations for the 7 positions of the Executive Committee. For the President, we have Madam Toastmaster Sudha Warrior. For the Vice President, Education, we have Toastmaster Deep Shah. For the Vice President, Membership, we have not one, but 2 nominations, Toastmaster Raghav Gautam and Toastmaster Anurag Som. And then for the Vice President, Public Relations, we have Toastmaster Ritik Sharma. For the Secretary, we have Toastmaster Urmila Bhanse and Toastmaster Urmila Gaude. Now don't get me wrong, they are actually the same person with 2 names, and she prefers to call herself Urmila Gaude for now. We have the Treasurer's position, which we are happy to inform you we will have Toastmaster Joy De Silva once again. And Sergeant at Arms, yes, it is going to be another familiar face in the nomination committee this time around. It would be Toastmaster Walter Crasto. So first of all, a thunderous round of applause for all of you for having nominated yourselves for the new positions. Okay, so now I would request Toastmaster Walter to join hands with me and be a partner in crime while I read out the various names. Okay, so now let us begin the elections, starting with the position of the President. As per the nomination plate, the candidate for the office of the President is Madam Toastmaster Sudha Warrior. Toastmaster Walter, can we have the name of Toastmaster Sudha Warrior on the ballot? And if possible, have it on the screen.
Yeah.
I would also request you to spotlight Toastmaster Sudha.
Sure.
Zoom Master.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah, Babus.
Okay. Now, are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of the President of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club? 30 seconds. One more time, are there any further nominations for the post of the President for Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club? Hearing none, the nominations for the post of the President of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club are now closed. Now, without objection, since there is only one candidate for the office of the President, we shall forego the normal secret ballot, and I now request our acting secretary, Toastmaster Glenn Smith, to cast a single vote on behalf of the club in favor of the nominated candidate, Toastmaster Sudha Warrior. Could you please confirm, Toastmaster Glenn?
Yes, we all agree.
You may cast your single vote.
Walter putting
You can just note this down on a piece of paper. You don't have to.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So we now have Toastmaster Sudha Warrior, who's in the saddle for the post of the President of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Hearty congratulations, Toastmaster Sudha, and welcome on board.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Babu sir, and the club for choosing me and having trust in me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, could you please record the name of Toastmaster Sudha Warrior officially as the President? Okay. Now, let us proceed to the next position. And this is for the post of Vice President Education. And as per the nomination slate, we have one nomination for the post of the Vice President Education, which is Toastmaster Deep Shah. Toastmaster Walter, can we have the name of Toastmaster Deep Shah on the ballot and the spotlight on him?
Are you able to be visible?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Systems. Yeah.
Okay, let's proceed. Are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of Vice President Education? I repeat, are there any further nominations for the post of Vice President Education from the floor? Okay, the time is up. Hearing none, the nominations for the post of Vice President Education are now closed. Without objection, since there is only one candidate for the office of VP Education, we shall forego the secret ballot. And I now request our Acting Secretary, Toastmaster Glenn, to cast his single vote on behalf of the club in favor of the nominated candidate, Toastmaster Deep Shah.
Yes,
please confirm.
Toastmaster. Yes.
Okay. So with that, I indeed very happy and delighted to declare Toastmaster Deep Shah for the post of Vice President Education of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Hearty congratulations, Toastmaster Deep.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, can you please record the name of Toastmaster Deep Shah as Vice President Education?
Yes.
Okay. Moving further. As per the nomination slate, we have 2 nominations for the post of Vice President membership. Toastmaster Walter, can we have these 2 names on the ballot? Toastmaster Raghav Gautam. And Toastmaster Anurag Som. Great. Let's also have, can we have the spotlight on both of them? Is it possible?
Yeah, spotlight.
Okay.
Done.
Now, are there any further nominations for the post of Vice President membership from the floor? If so, this is the time. If anyone is interested, you may let us know. Are there any nominations for the post of Vice President membership? Okay, hearing none, I declare that we have 2 nominations for the post of Vice President membership of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I will now request the nominated candidates to present a short campaign speech of 2 minutes, one by one, in support of your candidature for the post of Vice President membership. Let us start with Toastmaster Raghav to present his speech. Toastmaster Raghav, over to you.
Am I visible and audible properly?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Election Chair, Toastmaster Babu, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Hunger for success, goal-oriented, passion, and accountability. These are some of the most important traits of a successful salesperson. The role of Vice President membership, the traits required for this role are the same actually, if you think about it. I have been a sales professional for the last 8 years. Being available to my clients, resolving their queries, and sometimes even resolving their grievances is what I do for a living on a daily basis from 9 to 6. Maybe after that, the clock ticks, beyond that. Since the day I became member of Mumbai Toastmasters Club, I have given my absolute 100% full commitment and enthusiasm. For whatever role I have got, I have performed it to my fullest. Like I do in my day-to-day job as well, and also in my personal life. Actually, this is who I am. My understanding of the Vice President membership role is that I have to be the face of Mumbai Toastmasters Club. That itself such a big responsibility. If I get the opportunity, of course, to serve in this role, what I plan to do is that I will be available to take calls, all 7 days of the week, 24/7, between my day-to-day work. Because members may call up anytime. I mean, the prospective members. They will have questions. Okay, what is it the Toastmaster offers? Why should I join? All those queries. All the necessary relevant informations I will provide to them and will get them to attend our club meetings. So once the meeting is over, I will give all the membership related details and resolve their queries. I strongly feel that I have a very solid understanding of the role and the responsibilities that come with this VP membership position. And it will be my privilege if you elect me to serve in this position. Finally, I would like to borrow one quote from my icebreaker speech, the first speech that I gave in my club. Never take no for an answer. Keep knocking down walls until someone says yes. Over to you, election officer, Toastmaster Bob.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghav. And now, the ball is in the court of Toastmaster Anurag. Toastmaster Anurag, over to you for your campaign speech. Let's time 2 minutes for Toastmaster Anurag.
Thank you, Babu sir. Are you the one who has no idea how to start a small talk? Are you the one who's always shy away in the crowd and pray not being asked to answer any question because of the fear that you might not be able to reply or answer in a proper way? Let me rephrase the situation. Do you wish to become a person who not only wants to have power to negotiate, but also convince people at your will? Anybody and anywhere. If the answer to all the question is yes, then Toastmaster is the right platform. Because I'm the classic example. I have wasted a lot of money in order to acquire this skill before finding Toastmaster, where members are encouraged and helped to be a good speaker and acquire all the knowledge, whatever it takes to be on a platform. Doesn't matter if it is a small group or an audience full of room. You will get the confidence eventually. When I joined Toastmaster, I was literally at the stage where I always had that fear, not able to speak in front of anyone. Anyways, so I am applying. I have completed my level 2 project 2. And I'm at a stage where I think I have seen a transformation in myself, and I would want to give back whatever I have with the help of this platform to all the people, which I can pull in this platform, who has that fear and they shy away from the crowd, or they don't feel comfortable talking in this in the full of room, people full of room. So anyways, I have applied for this role, and the responsibility for this role would be encourage people to join this club as a guest and transform them or transit, help the members to transit in this journey, right from attending the club, answering all their questions, convincing them to be a part of this platform instead of wasting money outside, where after spending a lot of money, you will not be able to get what you are seeking or what you want. So complete the process in this platform and regular communication with all the ExCom members, especially with the treasurer, so that we can fulfill the process of enrolling the member in this Toastmaster club. So these are the roles. These are the roles which I would be fulfilling once I come in this role. And why am I fit for this role? In short, I've been in this sales industry for last 15-20 years, and I think I would be able to convince, and I have done same thing I've been doing day in, day out. I'm selling technology which is not a product, it's just a concept, and I am doing very good in my field, which is again a very significant skill which require a person to convince, where you don't have product in your hand, but still you have to sell. It's all concept. So I think I'll be fit for this role. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag, for your campaign speech. And now may I request Toastmaster Walter or Toastmaster Deep Will you be able to launch the poll or how is it?
The polls are on your screen. All the members are requested to cast your votes.
Yeah, just 1 second. So officially now we have 2 candidates for the position of the Vice President membership, Toastmaster Raghav and Toastmaster Anurag. And I now request all the members, excluding the guests, to cast their votes for their choice in the form that is in front of you. We have 2 minutes for the voting. So I now request you to start your voting for one of the 2 candidates. Over to the members now to cast the votes.
I think we're done. For the voting.
All done? Okay, thank you so much, members. And now let us observe a minute of silence for the counting to be done. Okay. Okay, so based on the votes polled for both the candidates, may I now announce the results of the poll. We have Toastmaster Raghav with 11 votes and Toastmaster Anurag with 3 votes. So the winner of the poll for the position of Vice President membership of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club is Toastmaster Raghav Gautam. Congratulations. And thank you to both the candidates for having made a wonderful attempt to grab this position. And in this case, Toastmaster Raghav will be the Vice President membership. Okay, so with that, we have completed our elections for 3 positions: the President, Vice President Education, and the Vice President Membership. I would also request our Secretary to record, first to cast his vote for the Vice President Membership and to record the name of Toastmaster Raghav officially.
Thank you.
Done?
And yes.
Okay. Fine. Now let us move further and in public relations. Now, the nomination set for the office of the Vice President Public Relations is Toastmaster Ritik Kumar Sharma. Toastmaster Walter, can we have the name of Toastmaster Ritik on the ballot and the spotlight on him? Okay. Right then, are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of Vice President Public Relations? If so, this is your time. One more time, are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of Vice President Public Relations? Hearing none, the nominations for the post of Vice President Public Relations are now closed. Without objection, since there is only one candidate for the office of VPPR, we shall forego the secret ballot. And I now request our Secretary, Toastmaster Glenn Smith, to cast his single vote on behalf of the club in favor of the nominated candidate, Toastmaster Ritik Kumar Sharma. Please confirm once done.
We confirm. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. And I now declare Toastmaster Ritik Kumar Sharma as elected to the post of Vice President Public Relations of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Hearty congratulations, Toastmaster Ritik.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Glenn, please record the name officially of Toastmaster Ritik Kumar Sharma as VPPR. Okay, moving ahead. For the post of Secretary, as per the nomination slate, Walter, can you get the name of the VPPR off the screen? Yeah. We have the name of Toastmaster Urmila Gavde for the post of Secretary. Thank you, Toastmaster Walter. Can we have the spotlight on Madam Toastmaster Urmila? Now, are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of Secretary of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club? Are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of Secretary? Okay, hearing none, the nominations for the post of Secretary are now closed. Without objection, since there is only one candidate for the office of the Secretary, we shall forego the secret ballot. And I now request Toastmaster Glenn to cast his single vote on behalf of the club in favor of the nominated candidate, Toastmaster Urmila Gavde, Urf Toastmaster Urmila Bhanse.
We confirm, Toastmaster Papa. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Glenn. And I now declare Toastmaster Urmila Gavde as elected to the post of Secretary of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Congratulations, Toastmaster Urmila. Can we have her name recorded officially as the Secretary of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club? Okay. And now we have two more positions. We shall go on for the post of the Treasurer. Now, Walter, can I have a blank screen? Oh, wait. Let me announce. Okay. Fine. As per the nomination slate, the candidate for the office of the Treasurer is Toastmaster Joy De Silva. Yes. Can we now have his name on the screen? And of course, the spotlight on a beaming Toastmaster Joy. Okay. Now, any further nominations from the floor for the post of the treasurer? I repeat, any further nominations from the floor for the post of treasurer? Hearing pin drop silence, the nominations for the post of the treasurer are now closed. Without objection, since there is only one candidate for the office of the treasurer, we shall forego the secret ballot. And I now request our Secretary Toastmaster Glenn to cast his single vote on behalf of the club in favor of the nominated candidate, Toastmaster Joy De Silva.
Congratulations, Joy. We confirm.
Congrats. Congrats, Toastmaster Joy. We now have your name officially as the treasurer of Mumbai Speakers Toastmaster Club for the second term running. Hearty congratulations once again.
Third.
Third? No, I think it's his. Oh, it's his third term. Yes, you're
It's
right.
a hat trick.
Wow, hat trick.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Great. Okay. And now, last but not the least, Deep, would you like to help the nominee, since he will be on screen now? As per the nomination slate, the candidate for the office of the Sergeant at Arms is Toastmaster Walter Crasto. Yes, okay. Can we also have the spotlight on Toastmaster Walter?
Yes, he's spotlight.
Okay, great. Thanks, Deep. So now, may I ask, are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of Sergeant at Arms? I see the incoming president nodding her head vigorously. I don't know what that means.
There is only one.
Okay, one more time. Are there any further nominations from the floor for the post of the Sergeant at Arms? Okay, hearing none, the nominations for the post of Sergeant at Arms are now closed. Without objection, since there is only one candidate for the office of Sergeant at Arms, we shall forego the secret ballot. And I now request Toastmaster Glenn to cast his single vote in favor of the nominated candidate, Toastmaster Walter Crasto.
We confirm. Another third term.
Yes, that's also another hat trick, and it's really wonderful that we are having our members taking up the role not once, not twice, but thrice. Hearty congratulations, Toastmaster Walter. So now we have the incoming XCOM team in place. I will just read out the names once again. President, Madam Toastmaster Sudha Warrior. Vice President, Education, Toastmaster Deep Shah. Vice President, Membership, Toastmaster Raghav Gautam. Vice President, Public Relations, Toastmaster Ritik Sharma. Secretary, Madam Toastmaster Urmila Gavde. Treasurer, Toastmaster Joy De Silva. And Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Walter Crasto. Let us all now put our hands together and give this wonderful incoming team a huge round, thunderous applause, emojis or non-emojis or whatever you want to do. Let's hear it for them.
Zoom Master, can we have the drum roll as
Drum
well?
rolls, yes, yes, I was thinking about it. Can we? Or you can unmute and start drumming your tables if that is not possible. Good. Yes, that's nice. Hearty congratulations to each and every one of you from all the members of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I now request all the incoming office bearers of Mumbai Speakers to pose for a photograph, if that is possible now. Maybe all the incoming officers can have some emojis, maybe a heart sign, so that we know you are the incoming officers.
Taking a snapshot in 3, 2, 1.
Let's have a smile.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Deep. Thank you. And with that, we come to the end of the election process for the new Executive Committee of Mumbai Speakers. And before I hand over the proceedings, let me express, using the word of the day, my attitude of gratitude to all the members of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club for giving me this wonderful opportunity of heading the leadership committee for the conduct of the elections, and in particular, of course, Toastmaster Walter, Toastmaster Deep, and all those who have helped in a very smooth conduct of the elections today. Before we proceed further, I now request the incoming President, Toastmaster Sudha, to say a few words on her election. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster Sudha.
Thank you so much, Babu sir, for that immaculate conducting of the elections. We wouldn't have done this so smoothly without your guidance. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for electing a good leadership team. I believe in the fact that if we have good leaders, we all, it's not only the club, even the personal growth can be achieved in great magnitudes. I'm so excited to see the variety of talent and expertise that we have in our leadership team. And I'm looking forward to a lot of game changers and trying to take the club to a completely different level. Thank you so much. Congratulations, all of you, the club members and the ExCom members. We are on a rock and roll. Thank you. I won't like to spend too much of the time. We are already overshot. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the office bearers. Moving on, we have the next, we have the table topics, right, today? Table topic session. Led by Toastmaster Raghav.
Yep.
Yes. Toastmaster Raghav, would you like to answer that question, the spin wheel question?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay.
What are some December traditions that happen in your family? Actually, yeah. Well, specifically in December, only the 31st happens in my family. We celebrate it. But just if you go just a few days more, like in January, we have this big festival called the Bihu. You must have heard. In Assam, it is celebrated in a big way. So, so I'll just talk about what we celebrate in January, just a few days. So yeah, so we celebrate Bihu in a big time, and the Bihu, there are actually 4 types of Bihu that we celebrate throughout the year. And the one that is celebrated in January, it's all about food, right? So at the time, the cultivation that we do for paddy cultivation that comes up. So the significance of this is that people eat different types of food, fish, meat, and all those stuff, and it's a very festive, but all centered on food. Since looking at me, you guessed that I'm a big time foodie, so this is my favorite. So yeah, that's about it.
Nice, nice. And you must be enjoying Bihu, right? It's like the
Of course.
agricultural festival.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yeah. Okay. So moving on to the Toastmasters, table topic session.
Yeah. So, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Right now, you are going to have a great opportunity to participate in one of the most exciting segment of a Toastmasters meeting, the table topic session. So in this session, the members can practice listening, thinking, and then speaking on their feet, because you don't know what is coming in your way. Usually table topic masters are kind of the most hated person in a Toastmasters meeting, because he just calls up and give them random topics. Nothing to worry about. It's not an interview as such. Just take a deep breath and just raise your hand when you want to volunteer, right? So now even guests are very much welcome to participate in it. I think we have 2 guests today participating in our meeting. So you're most welcome. We'd love to hear from you, right? So now I request timer Toastmaster Deep to explain the timing rules for the table topic session. Over to you, Toastmaster Deep.
Thank you so much, table topic master, Toastmaster Raghav. So for the table topic speeches, members are encouraged to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will display the green card in my background. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will display the yellow card in my background. And at 2 minutes, I will display the red card in my background. Please note that you will get an additional 30 seconds after the red card is displayed to conclude your thoughts, post which you will not qualify for the best table topic. I will present my timing report when called upon by the table topic master at the end of this section. Thank you so much, and back to you, table topic master, Toastmaster Raghav.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Deep. So can we see some volunteers, some hands? It will be great if the speakers that we have, people who have not spoken today so far, if they are willing to participate. Or I have an alternate method also. I have got this, your names written down here. I'll just pick random. Up to you. Okay, so I think I'll just pick one and see whose name comes up. Right?
I think there are so many hand raises are there.
Oh, sorry, I can't see actually.
You can go to grid mode and just see the hand.
Yeah, you have to go in the gallery mode. Yeah.
Okay.
So every
gallery mode. Okay, sorry. Yeah, now I can see. So yeah, Toastmaster Shama, I think you have not spoken so far. So the topic for you is New Year resolutions. Are they really necessary? Over to you, Toastmaster Shama.
So am I audible and visible?
Yep.
So good afternoon, Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, and dear Toastmasters and guests. New Year resolution, whether it is required or not. So I think it's my tradition since many years. I start one New Year resolution in Jan. I start going to the gym, and after 4-5 months, then I stop doing it. And till December, Diwali, I start gaining weight, and then again in Jan, again I go to the gym. So this is one New Year resolution. Every year I do it. But I believe that New Year resolution should be there, because it's something which something which you can start New Year. There are many things like this New Year. I also started going to the spiritual world. I started meditating. So I truly believe that New Year resolution should be there. Yeah. Over to you, too, table topic master.
Okay, thank you so much, Shama, for your speech. So I think we have one guest, Mugdha Agarwal. If you are comfortable, there's no pressure. If you are comfortable, would you like to participate? Are you there, Mugdha? I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. So, yeah, question to you is, what is the single best thing that happened to you in the year 2021? Just a
In
few
the
minutes.
year 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, so I shifted to Mumbai for my college just 10-15 days back.
Okay.
So at home I was not feeling so well. So so when I shifted to Mumbai, I met my old friends. I started going out, and I think my life changed. So that's the best thing that happened.
Awesome. Kind of a reunion as such, no? Nice, nice. Thank you so much, Mugdha, for your time. And yeah. So we'll move to the next speaker. So let's pick Mr. Ajay. Okay. Ajay, which one would you choose? To be honest and poor, or dishonest and rich? Over to you, Ajay.
Toastmaster Raghu, can you please repeat again?
Yeah. So you have two options. So you are honest and poor, or you have the other option, you are dishonest and rich. You can select only one and speak on it.
Honest. I choose honest.
All right. Why is that? Because you're already poor, no? We're honest, but yeah.
Honest towards poor, right?
Yeah. Honest and poor, dishonest and rich. Yeah.
Okay. According to me, I honest because on everything, whatever comes to me, I immediately participate in my professional life or my personal life. But sometimes I feel I did not do my best, but I have the courage to do everything with the learn and execute concept. Today also in the Toastmasters speech, in fact, I prepared, but somehow I forget a lot of things. So it is a very learning point for me to this Toastmaster, and surely it will be grow in the upcoming sessions. I'll focus more on everything like participations in the Toastmaster or the prepared speeches, taking the roles, and I would be like honest to my work and participate really well in the upcoming sessions. It's done. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajay. And yeah, I think your speech was really informative and really nice. So we didn't feel much that you were nervous or not, right? And thank you so much for participating in this also. So now we go to Toastmaster Joy. So I have a specially crafted quote for you, Toastmaster Joy. Here it goes. When life gives you lemons, forget about the lemonade. Make a lemon chicken and a lemon cheesecake instead. And then blame life for the extra pounds. Over to you, Toastmaster Joy.
I don't know if you happen to go ahead and pick on Toastmaster Babu's comments recently about me putting on weight and therefore crafting a topic specifically for me. But on the contrary, again, I don't know why we haven't really met. None of us have actually gone ahead and met, and I've lost quite a few pounds. So the screen actually puts on a whole lot of pounds seems to be true. And given the phrase, okay, so yeah, I would like to go ahead and just question myself, challenge myself. Why is it that every time we have to go ahead and make a lemonade out of lemons? Why can't we have a mojito? Why can't we have a cocktail? Why can't we have a whole lot of other different things? So I've always gone ahead and challenged the norms. I hate it when people give me options which are very, very limited. I like to go ahead and move beyond the options that I have and then create more options. So I love your options, even at the expense of putting on a few more pounds, because I think this is going to carry on for a while. I can keep blaming it on the screen for adding that extra pounds. So thank you for that topic. This is my attitude of gratitude. I like to thank people. So thank you, Toastmaster Raghav, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joy. Okay, so we see, I think due to interest of time, we'll have the last one, Walter Gastoni. Yeah. So Walter, the topic for you is, should you stay in or go out on a New Year's Eve party?
On New Year's Eve, okay, yeah. So see, everyone are preparing for the New Year's Eve and going out and all. But honestly, if you ask me last, don't judge my age, but then last 40 plus years, we are not going out to the New Year's Eve. So basically, it's a evening mass, and also we are spending time with family and all. Not going out is not a culture in our family. However, my second opinion on this is that, see, whenever we are thinking of New Year's and birthdays, everyone are sticking to that dates. I'm not of that person. So going on that on 31st Eve, going on that time, I will prefer to go on 2nd or 3rd of the January when there is a less crowd and you have got your own space and you can enjoy with your people. Because I really don't like making that crowd that particular day. Everyone is rushing for beaches and biking and everything. So I and my family are typically not preferring that. So it's the end of year, so we should actually, for me, if it is a birthday or it is a end of year, you should think what has happened and what should be like. You should study yourself. It's not a time of just resolution. Resolution you can do it on 15th of January also, 15th of December also. But then you should take a stock of whatever you have decided. It's a time to take a stock, I think, and whatever your attitude for gratitude you have to express. And that's the time we spend not going out, spending time with family, and that's what we are doing. That's it from me. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghav.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Walter. So thank you all very much for participating in today's table topic segment. Now I request Toastmaster Deep to give your timers report for whether they have qualified for vote. Over to you, Toastmaster Deep.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghav. So our first speaker, Toastmaster Shama, took 55 seconds. Our guest, Mugdha, took 25 seconds. Ajay took 1 minute 20 seconds. Walter took 1 minute and 26 seconds. Joy took 1 minute and 30 seconds. So all of them have qualified. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Deep. So can we have the poll for best table topic speaker now?
We'll have the polls in next 2 minutes. I'm just preparing.
Yeah, sure. So, okay, I think it concludes the table topic session. Now I hand over the proceedings to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghav. And there was a mind-blowing table topic session. I enjoyed it thoroughly. All different topics, and people also come up with different ideas, and everybody has their own perspective when you give them a topic. Our next session is the general evaluation session. So, people say feedback is the breakfast of champions. And we have today, amongst ourselves, we have Monish Dukande. He is the he's the division director. So I would like to hand over the stage to our general evaluator for today.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Mehak. Deep has said message for polls are ready. Deep, you want to go ahead and share the polls?
Sure. So kindly vote for the poll of the best speaker, which will be on the screen right now. Thank you so much. Next, we will have the polls for the best table topic speaker. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deep, for that quick polls. Let's move on into the general evaluation section. Now, it consists of three parts. First is where the prepared speeches will get evaluated by the respective evaluators. Then tag team will provide their report. And finally, my general take on how meeting went. Please note all the feedback that we are providing is our personal opinion. We are also learning along with you. So we all have to take this with pinch of salt and as we grow and learn together. That being said, I would request timer Deep to give us the timing guidelines for the evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Deep.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Manish. For speech evaluations, evaluators are requested to speak for 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will display the green card in my virtual background, like so. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will display the yellow card in my background, like so. And at 3 minutes, I will display the red card. When evaluators see the red card, request them to conclude their evaluation within 30 seconds, else they will not qualify for the polls for the best evaluation speech. Thank you so much, and back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deep, for timing guidelines. Now it's time to move to the first section, the prepared speech evaluation. And first speaker for today was Toastmaster Ajay, and to evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Anurag. Now I will request Toastmaster Anurag to go ahead with your evaluation. Can you please spotlight Toastmaster Anurag?
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, guest, and my target speaker, Ajay, Toastmaster Ajay. First, thank you for choosing this interesting topic, which is actually going to take on the world. Being in cybersecurity domain, I know the importance of machine learning and artificial intelligence. This technology is actually helping a lot in our product segment also, and making it more effective when it comes to securing the data, hacking or compromising the network coming from the bad segment of people. Well-researched and informative speech. In fact, I also did not know that machine learning and AI was introduced in 1959. It was something new for me. I thought it is just being introduced. So,
it is 1955.
Sorry, 55, sorry. Yeah. So you mentioned what is AI and ML. The importance of AI ML is in every aspect of life. If I'm not wrong, Siri is the oldest example of machine learning before we are being introduced to this word. They've been using, Apple is being using Siri for quite a long time. And in everywhere, government, defense also have started using this technology to prevent and attack the countries. So it's good plus good, it has both the aspect, good plus bad both. You mentioned pros and cons of it, which is very much in line with the purpose of your speech. One point I also want to add, I don't know which is, it is good or bad or pros and cons, comes under which category. It depends on the user who uses. So I have seen a couple of applications through which a partner can trace the, their partner, I mean, boyfriend, trace the girlfriend, or girlfriend can trace the boyfriend. So I don't know, this is good or bad. I love the gesture. Hand gesture was certainly not distracting. Eye contact was perfect. In fact, you were confident after an initial glitch, which is okay and normal. Language was clear and I could comprehend everything. Last but not the least, a little more practice will help. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag, for the detailed evaluation. I'm sure next time Ajay is going to give his speech, we'll incorporate this point and deliver another good speech. With that, let's move on to the second speaker, speech evaluation. For second speaker was Toastmaster Rekha, and to evaluate her speech, I'm going to call the President-elect, Toastmaster Sudha. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and in particular, our beloved, heart-struck Toastmaster Rekha. The proposal, she started off with a question which probably she started preparing a day before, when she was asking people, what's the best way that you would like to be proposed or proposed? I was wondering, why is she asking this question? Doesn't she have enough to talk about the next day? But that shows her preparation. She was trying to get an idea how to connect with the audience before she starts telling about her proposal. Great, kudos to that. And the way she wove the romantic overtures of her beloved in the speech was so heart-rending. I mean, we kind of got carried away a little bit about your situation and the love that you have, more than looking at it as a Toastmasters speech. And I don't know whether that's a credible thing to do in the context of Toastmasters, because you have crossed all boundaries of the objectives, the parameters of any speech that you would really want to do. And you've just started your speeches. It's only L1, P2. I don't know what you're going to be by the time you reach L5 and complete your pathway. So you have all the spice which is required to make an excellent speaker. That's number one. Now, the best feeling in the world is being with someone who wants you as much as you want him. Now, this was the dilemma that you took us through your speech. Our heart was going for you. We were wondering, what is it we can do for you to make the situation better? But unfortunately, we all know we are in it alone and we have to find the way out. So the speech in all was fantastic. I don't have anything to say to improve the speech as it in content. Now we come to the objectives of the speech. The objectives of the speech was to incorporate the feedback which was given to you by the earlier evaluator. And one of the feedback which was stated was to try and incorporate a connection with the audience, and also to be able to render the speech in a way that you don't close abruptly, and be able to close it in a way that you have a message to be given at the end. But I think that part was not concluded effectively today. But you know what, Toastmaster Rekha, I have an advice for you. I feel in this particular speech, I feel that the Toastmasters objective is going to be limiting an excellent speaker like you. So I personally feel that you have done a wonderful job. There are few things which you can work around in your objectives, but otherwise a stupendous speech. And I can only say, I'm not sure what scares me more, that you will never start loving me, or that I will never stop loving you. Start loving you. Sorry, let me repeat it again. I'm not sure what scares me more, that you will never start loving me, or that I will never stop loving you. So that's the predicament you have in your world, and I hope it becomes better. And in DM, I will tell you what you should be doing with this person in your life. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudha. So with the evaluation, Sudha is also going to be Love Guru, if I may take that opportunity to say that. Let's move on. Let's quickly get the timing report. Toastmaster Deep, can we have timing reports for the evaluators?
Sure. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Monish. So the first evaluator, Toastmaster Anurag, spoke for 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And the second evaluator, Toastmaster Sudha, spoke for 3 minutes and 38 seconds. So unfortunately, Toastmaster Sudha disqualifies on account of time. Thank you. And back to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Monish.
Thank you, timer, for that report. So I think Toastmaster Sudha is helping to save us time. So we don't need to do a poll for best evaluator. Moving on to the R counter, Lancelot. Toastmaster Lancelot, can you please provide your R counter report now? Can we please spotlight him?
Yeah, thank you. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Monish. In fact, it's my attitude and gratitude for this group for this bunch of group, for I have not found much of. In fact, it is an impeccable group which I have actually experienced today. So there are a few which I can point out on some crutch words and fillers which they have used. Like Mahek Toastmaster Mahek used us and multiple times, 4 or 5 times, and Toastmaster Walter used us and multiple times, about 4 and 5 times. Ajay actually used 3 times us and and like 2 times, and he repeats he used 3 times. Anurag used us and 3 times, so 1 time and repeats 2 times. Shama used 2 times us and and so 2 times, like 1 time and repeat once. Mugdha used so 3 times, and Sudha used 3 times. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lancelot, for that detailed report. This us and arms make us look not so good as speaker. So we should include pauses in our speech rather than including this us and arms. Thanks for your report. Now let's move on to the grammarian. So we have Toastmaster Vishal, who's going to be the grammarian, who was the grammarian rather, and he'll be providing with the grammarian report now. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hope everyone can hear me and see me.
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Okay, great. So it was a pleasure listening to all the speeches today. There was some very good grammar usage throughout the sessions. I would like to point out a few words, sentences, and quotes that I found maybe could have been used in a better way, or there were some really nice thoughts or words that were used as well. So we'll start off with Toastmaster Glenn. He used this line which says, leverage this Toastmasters experience of experimentation to the fullest, which I really liked. And then he also backed it up with a really nice Simon Sinek quote. Then next was Toastmaster Mehek. She really had great enthusiasm going for her, and she used a couple of nice quotes. One was from Abraham Lincoln, which is election is for the people. And the other quote which he used was feedback is breakfast of the champions. So that was really good. The next one is, I believe, Toastmaster Lancelot used a nice word, impeccable, which I liked. So I'd like to highlight that. Next one is for Toastmaster Ajay. He did have a few grammatical things which could have been formulated in a better way. I'll give you a few examples, like one which was said by carry out. Maybe it could have been used as by carrying out. Another one was does not required. Maybe it should have been does not require. Another one was may reduces human error. It could have been like may reduce the human error, and war has broke out, and it could have been war has broken out. So like very minor corrections. I'm sure like with a bit of practice, Toastmaster Ajay will be able to get it a lot better in the next time. Then we move to Toastmaster Rekha, wherein she mentioned a really nice phrase, which is brimming with infinite love, which I really liked. And her speech had a lot of romance personified. I mean, if Shah Rukh Khan is the king of Bollywood, then we have Toastmaster Rekha as the queen. Then we go on to Toastmaster Babu. He used some really nice words, which I liked, which were exaggerated, bogged, and forgo. Then Toastmaster Joy, he used a nice phrase, which is challenge the norms, which I really liked. And then Toastmaster Sudha, she used quite a bit of nice words like immaculate, overtures, incorporate, stupendous, and predicament. So that's really used of some nice words. And we had the phrase of the day used almost 4 times. So that was fantastic as well. And I would like to end by expressing my attitude of gratitude for this amazing Toastmasters Club, for all the wonderful members, for this terrific journey I've had so far. So I hope everyone can use, if not this paraphrase, but the other words which were used in today's speeches. And yeah, with that, I would like to pass it back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Grammarian Vishal, for that detailed and elaborate report. Sorry, I was getting a call. So thanks, Vishal, for that elaborate reports. Quickly moving on to the how each role player fared today in terms of doing the roles with the responsibility that they were given. So starting with Zoom Master and SAR, Toastmaster Walter, you were crystal clear in the protocol details that you gave. You had the introduction of PO. Only thing is, if we can discuss about the sharing rights before the meeting as a Zoom Master, so that it becomes easy during the meeting. So that was just one suggestion from my side for a person playing a Zoom Master and Sergeant at Arms role going forward in the meeting. Then we had presiding officer Toastmaster Glenn. You addressed to the XCOM. Then you introduced to the guest. Suggestion would be add 1 or 2 lines about Toastmaster, so people will get to know about Toastmaster in general. Whoever is playing presiding officer role can take care of this next time. Then we had timer Toastmaster Deep. You explained your role well and displayed the timing guidelines properly and informed everyone about the disqualification. So kudos to you. You did your role well. No suggestions over there. Then we had the R counter Lancelot, who played the role of R counter Lancelot. You had smile. You explained your role well, which connected your with audience, and you used the word of the day as well. Just a suggestion: if we can have a spreadsheet, Excel, or even on paper, write and show people what is the R's and Ums they're used, it will be more helpful for people to remember that. So just that little suggestion, you did your role well. Then we had Grammarian Toastmaster Vishal. You are confident, you are smiling, you explained the role very well. You gave the phrase of the day, you did a with screen share that helps people to remember and read out things. People use the word of the day or phrase of the day as well. Just a suggestion, we have clubs using word of the day and addition as a phrase of the day. So you can try to incorporate that. And whenever you are giving incorrect usage, don't take the names of any person. For good word usage, you can do that. So kudos on your role. Well played. Next, we have the table topic master, Toastmaster Raghav. You did well. You invited guests, made comfortable. If they are comfortable, only then they can take up. You came up with chats. I wish you could have used chat. That is one suggestion. If you had made it, let's make use of it. Interactive way of table topics always help. Other thing I would request everyone, whenever you are playing table topic master role, ensure that non-speakers, whoever has not spoken in the meeting so far, they get the opportunity, and then the starting from sergeant arms, tag team, in other role players, and then speakers, because speaker already has got the maximum stage time. Then we had Toastmaster of the day, who had the Chak De moment, I would say, of the meeting. You were humorous, you were engaging, you hooked audience with your spinning wheel, you did smooth transitions, a role played very well. I'm super impressed with how the role was done. It is a typical Toastmaster of the day role one should do and emulate going forward. So well done. I had a suggestion that go ahead and ask introduction, but you had the spinning wheel. That was something interactive and different. And only one small suggestion is when you're calling in speakers on stage, speaker name, title speaker. This is how we follow a protocol in Toastmaster. Just one small thing, but a job very well done. A general suggestion for all of us was we started meeting on time. All role players were present, but the agenda shifted a bit much from agenda because of election. So we could consider that in future whenever we are doing. Typically, clubs do election and meeting, but we were able to achieve both. That is good. We'll just work on the timing. So that is good. Another part, typically in Toastmaster setting, we do not encourage sir, madam sort of culture. When we are in the meeting, we all are equal, well, because we are here to learn and grow together. So starting from 18 to 80, we all are equal. So I would encourage you all to think from that perspective and get yourself into habit of doing the same. Lastly, I would have my attitude of gratitude, a humble thanks for this opportunity, and for everyone, every role player, for making this meeting a successful one. And before I end, all the best to the next XCOM. This has been a wonderful 6 months that I have seen whenever I have visited at Mumbai Speakers to Toastmaster Club. I'm looking forward to many more meetings, interaction with each and every individual within the club. I will leave you all with a quote which is, "Leadership is an action, not a position." It's by Donald McGinn, and it suits in our Toastmaster settings very well. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you, Monish sir. Sorry. Thank you, General Evaluator Monish. Okay, so we're almost to the end of the meeting. Ending with the theme, I would say we are in December, and we have been through the pandemic for at least 1.5 years. So imagine we survived the pandemic for about 1.5 years, and our lives were just abruptly put on hold, not just physically but mentally also. And we survived that. So that the phrase attitude for gratitude, it'll fit here perfectly. Like, I spoke to a lot of people, and I found out that December is the most favored month of the year. I asked them why. They say that it's not just the holiday fever. It's actually the excitement that a new year is going to begin. New year, new, fresh start, inane possibilities, more opportunities, looking out for more positives, a resolution. And people start filling their bucket lists just before Christmas. So I thought of presenting a few ideas, a few quotes that will help you write down those resolutions. So I'll be sharing my screen again. Yeah, please let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So this it is the almost the end of the meeting, so it will be like more interactive. So if you feel the need to if you see the quote and you feel the need that we can discuss about the quote, just unmute yourself and just start. So leave a little sparkle wherever you go. You're going to whatever resolution that you take, make sure that you're having some impact on others' lives. Anybody has any other thoughts on this? No?
I just have one thing to say, if I may, Mehak.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you need to have the fire to leave a spark.
Yes.
So I think you can start with a fire inside you so that the spark will come outside wherever
Correct,
you go.
correct.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next one. Beautiful things happen when you distance yourself from the negative. It's true. Like, every time we jump onto negatives only, we cannot see the positive, because that is what it's what our nature is built like. We have to force ourselves to see the positive. Any thoughts? Anybody? Yeah, you can just start. Unmute. Urmila. Toastmaster Urmila. You're on mute.
Okay, so beautiful things happen when you distance yourself from the negative. I really, compare this thing because I usually think, and I usually say to many of the people who come to me with their problems. So I usually say that think positive, you will get positive. So yes, beautiful things happen when you distance yourself from the negative. You will get it automatically. Everything will be positive, come to you like magnet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Urmila. Toastmaster Glenn, you have it on this, or are you I can move on to the next because there are few.
So on this one, I'd just like to say that I think there's also a quote, right, which says, yeah, I mean, if you it depends on how you think. If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're probably right.
Correct. Yes. Year's end is neither an end nor a beginning, but a going on with all the wisdom that experience can instill in us. I mean, the year's end, it's a flow. We shouldn't think it as end of something and then the beginning of the next, or not always everything just ends and then starts. You can think of it as a flow also. Any thoughts? Yes. Toastmaster Urmila.
So we do have one muhavra in Hindi, like jab jago tab savera. So similarly, yeah, so year's end is neither, like it is happening every time. It is up to you how you start your day, how you start your things. Yeah, it is depend on you. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Next one is every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. Toastmaster Babu, you wanted to talk about the one before?
Just a quick one. Treat life as work in progress.
Yes, correct. Yes, very true. Any thoughts on this one?
I would like to go. I would say it's all about small habits. If you know that you want to accomplish something, you will definitely take that approach and you will take that decision to do it. For example, if I want to lose weight and I go to a shopping mall, I would not even look at the Pringles and the Lays of the world. Rather, I will only focus on the good stuff. So it is my decision to try what I want to achieve.
Correct. Yeah. And Pringles are really tempting, no? So magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen. That is like the truest words that can be there. If you don't believe in yourself, the resolutions are of no use.
There is a book called Simple Control of Power and Control of Mind. I can't remember the full name of the title. I read it long back when I was in college or something. And it is amazing to know that your mind has so much power. And sometimes we underestimate the power of mind and thinking, and we get drawn by negativity and things which pull us down most of the time. So I think that belief part happens when you clear the fog and you probably see your direction and you kind of know where you want to go, like Rekha also mentioned, the focus on your goal, and then the power of mind is the magic that can happen to you. I think that's what it is. I would like to say.
Yes.
I would also want to add to what Sudha mentioned. Magic is, of course, believing in yourself, but also in the power of visualization. If you visualize that something has already happened really good, you automatically tend to work towards it and you make it happen. So,
yes, you start to think positive.
The book secret, yeah.
The book secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book secret, yes. Create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. Again, very true. Oprah Winfrey, come on, it's true. Any thoughts?
I would like to chime in and just add some. I'm sure you guys must have heard of Sandeep Maheshwari. He has this wonderful quote as well, that if you want to meet the person who can change your life, go and take a look in the mirror.
Yes, I've heard this one. From him only I've heard. Watch that video.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
That's the only person that can change your life. You can't really depend on anybody else. That's true. Confidence is not, they will like me. Confidence is, I'll be fine if they don't. That is just that inner strength. Yes, Toastmaster Deep.
Yeah, absolutely. And this quote reminds me of the movie Gajni, I believe, by Amir Khan, in which at the beginning, when he was a very successful businessman, in one of the speeches he said, I can do it, that is confidence. But only I can do it, that becomes overconfidence. So I can do it is definitely confidence. So yeah.
Yes, true. It is not just about you. It is about everybody else also. You can't just be me.
I just have to say one more thing on the last quote is that it's very relevant for people who live in a virtual world. And sometimes, I mean, I have a 17-year-old and a 23-year-old daughter. So sometimes I feel when they're going through those transitions and giving importance to this part, which is a huge part of their lives, the social media, and a like or a thumbs up can change or make your day. So this is absolutely what they should know. Confidence is, I'll be fine if they don't like it. It's their loss. Yeah. That's the way to look at it.
It's like people are not very confident about themselves in that sense only, because they keep thinking that their peers are not going to accept them. They try to fit in, and it is from experience also, we all can say that. Last one. December is the most wonderful month of the year. Anybody who disagrees, we are all waiting for December to come. 2 weeks holiday we get.
It's like how we say normally, thank God it's Friday. It's like, thank God it's December.
With that, I would like to end. If anybody has anything else they can chime in. Yes.
The
You're all
reason why I
welcome.
like December is it is centrally air conditioned in the world, at least in our hemisphere. That is one thing I really like.
In fact, Mayak, I would like to add something. Why December? You can, continue for other months too. And I have not been abroad, but I hear that abroad, especially in the European countries and US, they greet each other on the roads also when they meet, when they come face to face. So I think so that type of culture is not much here. So why not, bring those positive vibes and greet each other when we are actually walking around the roads and meeting people here and there and seeing people.
Yes.
Mehak, I would like to add a point.
Yes.
I think December is wonderful because it gives a sense of a renewal. It gives an opportunity, as if life goes, it's all about ups and downs. It's like a cyclic process, right? So whenever something is not going in your way, it's December, from January onwards, I'll totally change myself. So a sense of opportunity, as if you have, maybe it's an illusion, maybe it's not a real thing, maybe it's just in our mind, but sometimes that thing itself can work wonders for you. So December, I think, creates that.
Lots of things. It has festival. It has that excitement, that exhilaration that a new year is going to start. It's also where you're going to have your holidays. Like last time, Toastmaster Vishal had come up with the theme. So yes, I would like to end it with this: that December is the most wonderful month of the year. Over to you. I don't know who I have to give it to now.
The presiding.
Presiding. Oh, okay. Yes, over to you then, presiding officer.
Thank you. So just quick check on this. I think the award distribution is done by Monish today. Is that right?
Yes, you can launch the polls.
Okay. So you can share the results with Monish, Deep, and we can have
Just a
him in the
second.
end.
We have 2 polls yet to be launched. So please vote for the best victory road. Thank you so much. I'm ending the poll. And lastly, please vote for the best auxiliary role player. Thank you so much. You can take it over, presiding officer again.
Okay. So do you want me to share the awards? Because I thought it was going to be Monish.
You can give it to Monish.
Okay. So Monish, over to you. Let's have you do the honors of presenting the awards today.
Thanks, presiding officer Glenn. Zoom master, can we have the screen share with the result? Congratulations, Rekha, on being selected as best prepared speaker. Can you please light her? Can we spotlight Walter and take photo?
Thank you.
Okay.
I think Anurag is not there. What is he there?
Well done. Now I will hand it over back to presiding officer for last comment or closure rather. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monish. Do we still have Mukta, who was our guest from today's meeting? I don't see her on the screen.
I think she dropped.
Okay, I think she probably just dropped off. That's fair. Today, I think I'd like to express my attitude and gratitude to all the members of this club, the former ExCom, the current ExCom, and lastly, I'd like to wish the incoming ExCom all the very best and look forward, hopefully, to maybe some physical meetings in the new year. Thank you very much for everyone's cooperation. Have a great Sunday and talk to you guys soon.